Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are tackling a concept that is literally going to shift how you view your future. For decades, traditional retirement has been treated like this mysterious age you just hope to eventually reach. Maybe it's 65, maybe 67. You just kind of cross your fingers, put some money away, and hope it all works out. But what if retirement wasn't an age at all? What if instead it was a clear, calculable number? Today's explainer pulls directly from a truly fantastic guide on calculating your financial independence number, or your FI number, using the 25X rule. By the end of this, you are going to have the exact tools to figure out your own personalized target for financial freedom. So think about this question right now. How do you actually know when you've reached financial independence? For so many of us, not knowing the answer to that creates this persistent underlying stress, right? It's the stress of financial uncertainty. You might be saving or investing, but without a specific finish line, it feels like you're just running on a treadmill forever. Well, we're going to close that knowledge gap today and give you a definitive finish line. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover what your FI number is. Second, the 25X rule explained. Third, speeding up your timeline. And finally, taking your first step.
Let's jump right into section 1. What is your FI number?
Your FI number isn't just some random pie-in-the-sky amount of money. It is the specific amount of money you need in investments so that you can live completely off the returns without ever depleting your principal balance. Let that sink in for a second. Once you hit this specific number, it can generate enough returns every single year to cover all of your living expenses indefinitely. It essentially means a traditional job becomes entirely optional for you. Now, the mechanics behind this bring us to the famous 4% rule. The basic principle here is that if you withdraw 4% of your total investments every year, your portfolio is mathematically positioned to last 30 years, or honestly, potentially indefinitely. Now, the source material does note that while this is a widely used guideline, some people prefer to be a bit more conservative and use a 3.5% withdrawal rate for added safety. But the standard 4% rule? That is the powerful engine behind the math we're about to do. It's what makes the whole concept of financial independence functionally possible. Moving briskly right along to section 2, the 25X rule explained. Let's demystify this math and turn a massive life goal into simple arithmetic. Let's move to and see how this builds. There are 3 concrete steps to calculate your number. Step 1, determine your annual expenses. Step 2, apply the 4% rule. And step 3, consider your savings rate and investment returns to map out your timeline. It really is just that straightforward. So let's walk through an actual example. If your estimated living expenses, your housing, food, transportation, insurance, entertainment, the whole shebang, total $4,000 a month, your annual baseline is $48,000. That's the specific lifestyle cost your investments absolutely must cover every single year. Now, what's really interesting about this math is how seamless it gets. To apply the 4% rule, you basically divide that $48,000 by 0.04. But mathematically, dividing by 4% is the exact same thing as multiplying your annual expenses by 25. And boom, that is exactly why it's called the 25X rule. You just take your yearly spending and multiply it by 25. And there it is, the absolute aha moment, $1.2 million. If you spend $48,000 a year, your FI target is exactly $1,200,000. That's the exact number required to sustain that specific $4,000 a month lifestyle forever based on the 4% rule. It's no longer a mystery, right? It is a fixed, concrete target right there on your horizon. So, once you actually have your target, the immediate question is, okay, how do I get there faster? Which brings us to section 3, speeding up your timeline. You basically have 4 active levers you can pull to accelerate your journey to financial independence: your savings rate, your investment returns, your expenses, and your age and time horizon. Increasing your savings rate obviously reduces your timeline significantly. A higher rate of return on your investments grows your money faster, though our source rightly notes that higher returns definitely come with higher risk, so keep that in mind. Starting younger allows compound growth to do more of the heavy lifting. But the most powerful lever of all, and this brilliantly illustrates it, expenses are your absolute most powerful lever. We just saw a $4,000 monthly expense requires a $1.2 million target. But what if you optimize your life and reduce those expenses by just $500? Your new FI target drops to $1,050,000. By cutting just $500 a month in spending, you literally slash a massive $150,000 off your finish line. It's a total double win. You save more money today, and you need significantly less money for tomorrow. To ground this theory in reality, the source provides a fantastic concrete projection. Let's say you're aiming for that $1.2 million target. If you currently have $50,000 invested and you contribute $500 every single month, assuming a conservative 7% annual return, a financial independence calculator is going to show you that you'll reach your FI number in exactly 33 years. Having these specific inputs allows you to map out a concrete, undeniable freedom date based purely on the math. So, how do you actually translate all this knowledge into action? Let's hit section 4, taking your first step. The source material addresses some great frequently asked questions that tell us exactly what our next steps should be. First off, if you have debt, do not panic. You can still achieve FI, but you have to manage it effectively. The priority should generally be paying off high-interest debt, like credit cards, before aggressively investing. Second, look for ways to increase your savings rate. Starting a side hustle or reducing discretionary spending can rapidly accelerate your timeline. And finally, use an online FI calculator. Plugging your own personal numbers into a calculator takes all of this out of the abstract and makes it entirely real for you. Calculating your FI number is truly the most powerful first step you can take toward financial freedom. It allows you to make completely informed decisions about your savings, your investing, and your lifestyle. By knowing your target, you take the mystery out of the future. So I want to leave you with this final exciting question. Are you ready to calculate your number? Take control of your financial future today, run your own numbers, and see exactly what it takes to live life entirely on your own terms.